Good evening and welcome to my humble podcast abode. I am Coco Griot, a 50-something single mom who enjoys talking about life, love, and a smattering of other topics. To say that I was nosy as a child is an understatement. I always liked to hang around grown-ups because to me, that's where the real action was. Who cared about Barbie and G.I. Joe or whatever Tonka trucks rolling through were doing? I wanted my ear to the street. My mother would have none of it. But one day, I heard my mom overtell my dad how much she disliked this woman that had to stop by and pick up something from the house. My mom kept saying, "Gosh, this woman is so two-faced." She said, "I really just want her to get on with what she needs and move on because I really don't like two-faced people." My 5-year-old brain lit up. I was about to see a woman with two faces. Oh, wow. So the woman comes over and somehow she manages not just to pick up her stuff, but she worked her way in and sat down in the living room. I looked at the woman in the front, then I looked at her in the back, and I proudly announced to my mom, "I thought you said this lady had two faces. She only has one face." The lady grabbed her purse and left in a huff. Big Trouble doesn't even describe what I was about to endure. But you have to be careful what you say around kids. Let's take a minute to acknowledge the sponsor for tonight's episode, and then I will tell you about how karma works. Brush is an electric toothbrush that will change the way you think about brushing your teeth. With powerful sonic technology and ultra gentle bristles, the Brush redefines what it means to have a super clean teeth and mouth. It's like that feeling when you just leave the dentist, a fresh whole mouth, clean every single day. Our listeners get 15% off the total purchase with code POD15. Follow the link in the show notes and enter the code POD15 to get your exclusive discount and upgrade your oral care routine. Now, let's not look at one. Let's look at two examples of karma. So one thing my mother always reminded me of was that I was going to get back what I had given her in my childhood. Boy, was she right. We were throwing my son Cameron a birthday party. He was turning 3. We were all in the living room celebrating, and then Cameron decided that he needed to go to the bathroom, or so I thought. He came back from the laundry room with a pair of my underwear. He proudly held them up and said, "Look, everybody, these are my mama's panties." That was the sound of my dignity exiting the room at that moment. All I could do was think about the two-faced woman and how my mom had gotten her revenge on me through my son. I quickly retrieved my underwear from Cameron's hands and invited him to join his birthday party with his friends while I tucked away my underwear and my embarrassment. Round 2. One day, my grandfather was visiting us and he was playing with Cameron. Cameron had a toy and dropped it and said, My grandfather looked at him in disbelief and said, "What did you just say?" Cameron just nonchalantly replied, "I said, like my mama does all the time." Well, that was the day I decided to clean up my verbal act because my grandfather was quite upset with me. I had not let that word leave my lips in his presence, but it was apparent that I had a habit of using the word when he wasn't around. It also taught me that children are sponges. They soak up everything in their environment, good or bad. Whether it is two faces, underwear, or some inappropriate language, we always have to be careful when little ears are listening. Thank you for listening tonight, and as always, I wish you good health, good fortune, and a good night. Coco Griot.